We are live. Hi, everyone. I hope this has been a fantastic day. Uncertainty has kind of been the name of the game this year. And so I wanted to come on here and show how to create certainty in your world, in your business world. And why things may be topsy-turvy on the outside, there are things that you can absolutely control in your business and not just survive, but truly, truly flourish. And so I don't want to keep these things to myself. I want to share them with you. So if you're on here listening, we are broadcasting live on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. So excited to be here, and on YouTube as well. So I am Allison Maslin, and I am the CEO and founder of Pinnacle Global Network, where we mentor CEOs all over the world for the past 16 years to build a scalable company and a team managed company that can run without them. So if you're on here listening, I would love it if you would introduce yourself and tell me where you're tuning in from. And that's great. I want to know what kind of business that you have. And I love learning about entrepreneurs and what you're up to in the world. Business is my thing. I've been running companies for the last more than 40 years. I've had 10 of my own companies. And so talk about the journey. It's been a journey, and it's been a wild and crazy journey. That's what you sign up for as an entrepreneur. But I've been through recessions and dot-com busts, and of course, pandemics or one pandemic. All you need is one in a lifetime. And we have lots of change that's going on right now. So in our community of CEOs that we mentor, we are helping them with the challenges of the tariffs, of economic uncertainty, with AI, how to reinvent their business in these times. And this is an opportunity for you to get creative in your business. And what I know to be true is that wherever you're sitting with how things are going on right now, is that when you are forced to make a change because something's not working or something externally has impacted you, then this is an opportunity to get innovative and change your course of direction, change your course possibly of the offering that you're making to your customers, even your avatar, the way you're delivering to your customers. And from this process, you can often come out the other side doing so much better. Like you would not have thought to create this revenue stream had you not been going through that challenge. And so, for instance, with our community of CEOs during the pandemic, because they were either forced to change or shut their business down, my team and I were like, they're not going down on our watch. And so we were in there in the trenches with them, helping them change and pivot and so forth. And all of the business, we mentor over 500 business owners all over the world. They all made it through the pandemic, and many of them made it as their best years that they had in their business to date. So wherever you're sitting right now, let's get creative and make this an opportunity of innovation. If we look throughout history, there are so many incredible brands that were born in a down economy. Uber, Airbnb, Disney, Lego, and they're still thriving. Their superpower has been their willingness to reinvent themselves and to stay the course. So that is the name of the game in business. And I will tell you, entrepreneurs that are listening today, so good to be here with you today. I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. I just want to say that you're made for this. You are made for this, and you are bigger than any challenge that you're faced with. When we get scared, or when we're in a place of fear, our brain becomes paralyzed and we're not able to get innovative. We just stay stuck. And then what's happening is that you see the problem, the challenge, as bigger than you. When the truth is, you are bigger than that challenge, and we just need to figure it out. Okay. So it's not about how many resources that you have, it's how resourceful that you are. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you through several potential scalable revenue streams that you could add on to your business. And I want you to think about this for a second. Your current customers are going to spend 5 times as much as a new customer because they already love you, they trust you, and so you are leaving money on the table by not coming and serving them in other ways. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to completely pivot away from what you're doing. It's just looking at what are their needs before they work with you, while they work with you, and after they work with you. So let me give you some examples, and then I'm going to throw up some slides and so that you can see what's going on. Felipe, so excited that you're here. Walt, great to see you. Leon, thank you for joining us. But, I'll just give an example of the company Dry Bar. They had brick and mortar locations. They expanded. They had corporate locations and franchise location, and that really was their scalable model. But then when they created upsells, which were their products and their own signature products, they actually, when they went to sell their company, it was the product division of the company that wasn't even the regular core business of blow drying women's hair. It was the products that they ended up upselling and cross-selling that they were able to sell for over 200 million in revenue. So I want to kind of just get your creativity, your juices going here. And there are no rules as long as it's legal. That's the cool thing about being a business owner. And if you're saying that won't work in my industry, I want you to really catch yourself with that, because the winner of the game here is the one that is willing to be most creative and to do what others haven't done. In fact, one of my good friends, Kara Golden, she was the developer of Hint, which is a beverage company. And at the time when she launched Hint, nobody had ever done a subscription model for a beverage. It just had not been done. And so she had decided she wanted to go direct to consumer. And everyone she knew in her industry said, hasn't been done because it won't work. And you're going to throw a lot of money away. And so she didn't listen. And so that subscription membership has generated hundreds of millions of dollars. So catch yourself when you say, this won't work for my industry, because we are in a time right now that you have got to think outside of the box. You have to operate. You don't want to be operating like everybody in your industry, because there's a good chance that your business will be disrupted, and we don't want that to happen. Okay. Are we all good? Thank you all for tuning in today. This is going to be fun. Okay. I'm also going to share with you an opportunity where we're going to actually get together virtually and start to build this specifically for your company. But let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right, let me see if I can get my slides up here. All right, we good? Okay, I think you guys can see my slides. Yeah, can someone give me a thumbs up that all is good, that you are seeing that? Okay, so how do we scale revenue during uncertain times? And this is where, a lot of times when things start to change or there's concern about our economic future, then people start to pull back. That's the natural tendency. They start slashing prices, they start pulling back. And then there are those that lean in. They're all in and they are looking for the opportunities because it's really billion-dollar companies that are born in these times, right? So this is not a time to scale back. It is absolutely a time to lean in. And so when you have a scalable model, what this means is that you have a replicatable model. So think about this. You have your product and or your service. And if you can add or expand to your suite to take that product or service and move it within a model that can replicate and then multiply well beyond you. What happens there is then you're going to reach a lot more people with the same amount of time and energy, in a lot of cases, money. And that's the multiplier. So this is where you start impacting, instead of onesie, twosie, one and done sales, you're impacting hundreds, thousands, and millions, and potentially billions of people. Okay. That's where we see these companies that start to double, triple, quadruple in revenue. And this is what we do when we help our clients at Pinnacle Global Network. So these are the 15 scalable models. I know it's coming up really small here, but I'm actually going to take you through them. So don't worry if you can't see this. So actually, I'll go back. If you want to screenshot that, you can. You can go ahead and quickly screenshot that. And then you can make it bigger. But these are the 15 scalable models that the most successful brands use time and time again. Now, you could have one scalable model that gives you $1 billion company like Orange Theory with master franchising, $1 billion company. Or, Dollar Shave Club with the subscription. Or you can have several scalable models, and I'll give you some examples of that. So this is our mentor team with Pinnacle Global Network. They've all built very successful companies of their own. We have one of our mentors, Patrick, who's had 9 companies over 100 million in revenue. We have Tammy Moore, who's had many restaurants and was able to sell to Sizzler for tens of millions of dollars. She's had over 4,000 employees. So these are very experienced CEO mentors. And so when I was started this company 16 years ago and I was working with clients, clearly that's not scalable. So if you are still part of the delivery process in your business, even if you have a team, it is mathematically impossible to scale. I knew that the work that we were doing was transforming these companies. And so I said, okay, I want to build a team of high-level mentors because I know if I'm going to be working with someone, I want someone that's very experienced in business. And so we have this incredible team, and they're out there working with our clients all over the world. But here's the thing. So this is a great scalable model if you have a service business. If you have a service business, you can replicate your genius and have a team deliver it. So if you have an accounting firm or a law firm, then you can shift from practicing that into becoming the visionary CEO, the creative one that's focused on the future. And then you have your team of accountants or attorneys, and they are delivering your offering. With one caveat is that you need a signature process that they're all following so that you know that your customers are all getting that high level experience and that you can monitor. All right, so this is a great scalable model to start replication. Another great scalable model is upsells and cross sells. I just talked about that a little bit with Dry Bar. But one of our mentors, Louis Ortiz, he had a aquarium manufacturing company creating custom aquariums for restaurants and resorts all over the world. And he realized that his customers who had these aquariums were hiring people to clean the aquariums. And every month they were paying these other people to clean the aquariums. He realized, well, I'm missing the boat here on all this added revenue. So he added on a scalable model, which was a membership to clean your aquarium. Okay. And so that's what we're talking about here, to take that uncertainty and create profitability. I want you to start getting creative and thinking, how else can I serve my customer? How can we create that multiplier? So memberships and subscription services work for a service business and also for a product business. Felipe, yes, for an HR consulting firm. This is we've worked with several consulting firms, and actually one of them is it's called HR Anew with our client Deborah Stallings, and we've helped her create several scalable models from online trainings to subscription services and so forth. So 100%. And even though you don't typically see that within the HR world, that is exactly why you want to do it, is that you want to stand out from the crowd. But a membership and subscription is great because you have recurring revenue, and that's going to increase the valuation of your company, which is what you want. And you're going to have more interested buyers at when you're ready to sell, because they're going to see that you have that consistent revenue coming in. And again, service business or product business. This is actually Kira. I told you about Hint Water and what she did with the beverage industry, and nobody had ever done that before in her industry. So how can we in your industry stand out and be innovative? You can't be like everyone else. This is a great example. H&R Block. Okay. They do taxes, not like super exciting, not super sexy, but they've made it sexy. Okay. Because they are scaling up and down and all around, from the free model to the high touch point premium to the brick and mortar to the digital version to the you do it yourself, DIY, to we'll do it for you, to the certification model. I mean, they have taken taxes and they have found so many different ways to deliver it. So I want to start kind of unplugging, really opening up your brain to, oh, gosh, there are other ways that we can create cash flow in the business and expand, possibly reach another market. There again, there are no rules. It's just how willing you're creative, how creative you're willing to be. Certification programs are an amazing way to scale. And look, people are looking to get trained to be an expert in the field. If your company has that expertise by certifying others, now you are all of a sudden, it elevates your standing within your industry, brings in another revenue stream, and then you have this whole pool of talent because you're certifying them. Okay. So let me know in the chat if you have questions or if this is resonating with you. Definitely let me know. Again, we're living in a time that you can't sit still. Your business is a living, breathing entity. Gone are the days where you have a decade or more that it's business as usual. It's not business as usual. In fact, you will not have a business unless you are willing to really step into that visionary innovator. But you don't need to do it alone. You don't need to do it alone because I know that you're already so entrenched in the business. It's like, Allison, sounds great, but I don't even have time to have lunch in the day. How am I going to create this whole thing? So I'm going to show you how we can help you do that. But let me just share some more with you, adding the product to the service to the product. So if you have a service offering, what else can we sell to your customers? What's another service that they need? We have helped so many of our clients create other products and services. For instance, one of our clients, Constance, she owns a law firm, and we helped her she was so good at marketing. She created a marketing company to help market other law firms. Right? What is it that you're so good at in your business that your company could do a spin-off and actually help other companies with, even that you are your competitors? Licensing is a great way to create passive revenue. I mean, you may have a great brand and other people can license it. That's really without you hardly doing anything. Or buying licensing. That's the other side of that. Franchising, of course, is a great way to generate revenue. So many different ways to get creative. I wanted to just come on here to spark your imagination. And if you are in a place where you have, your business, you have lots of employees, and you're thinking, I'm responsible for all these people. What's going to happen in the economy? And I'm just here to tell you that doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. It's just another opportunity for you to scale, really, to get creative, to get innovative. Lego was really struggling in the recession in 2008. And so what they did was they looked at another market that was soaring. And at the time it was Asia. And so they made a decision, okay, we are going to expand to Asia and we are going to have feet on the ground there. And they ended up growing by 64%. So there is always an answer. And the key is that you don't have to figure it out on your own. There's a saying, you can't see the writing on the jar if you're in the jar. Okay. What about resources to outsource some of the work and get help? Yeah, of course. I mean, you don't have to necessarily have adding on a lot of full-time employees on this. You can absolutely work with contractors. But the thing is that if you're creating opportunities that generate revenue, then these things will end up paying for themselves and so much more. Same thing with employees. If you are hiring strategically, that's not what I'm on here talking about today, but this is something that I'll share with you how we can help you with that. But your employees should be bringing in 3 to 10 times what you pay them. So if you're hiring strategically, they more than pay for themselves, and they're actually taking your business to a whole other level. But that's a different conversation. But I just wanted to respond to that, Felipe. So acquisitions are a great way to scale because you are leveraging a company that spent years and years building their team, building their product suite, their customer base, and now you're tapping into that. So there's so many different ways to do this, creating your own technology. So when someone says, we hit a wall and we're not able to grow, I'm here to tell you there are infinite possibilities and opportunities. And it doesn't matter whether you are product or service, B2B or B2C or online or offline or brick and mortar or manufacturing, you can scale. It's all about getting creative and expanding to a scalable model or more. So I shared several with you right now. Just one of those can create a $1 billion company. So I'm going to challenge you all to think much bigger and look at things as an opportunity for an up level in your business. So when you scale, 3 things happen. Number 1, you get your life back. Number 2, you multiply the impact. And I don't know about you, but I'm in this work to make an impact. And then this is where companies start to double, triple, quadruple, and that's what we help people do. So can I talk about the importance of branding? Well, again, that's a little different presentation. However, I would say that when you're adding other revenue streams, it's important that they are within your brand. Otherwise, you're going to confuse your audience. So whatever you're going to add in a way of these potential revenue streams and scalable models, you want to make sure that they are absolutely speaking on brand and to your avatar. And so you really have the power to create whatever it is you decide. And you don't have to do it alone. And so I want to share with you something really cool that is coming up here that we are so excited about at Pinnacle Global Network. And we only do this one time a year. And that is our 3-day virtual event that is coming up. I'm going to share this with you. Hold on a second. Okay. Our 3-day event that is called Pinnacle CEO, and it is July 10th through the 12th. And it is going to be coming to you live, and so that you don't even have to go anywhere. You don't have to buy a ticket. You don't have to check into a hotel, anything like that. We make it easy for you. And this is really about creating a deliberate pause in your business. And what's going to end up happening is that we are going to work with you to build out these scalable models. We're going to look at your business. We're going to see where the gaps are. We're going to help you look at all aspects of your business and within these 5 pillars. And we are going to build your step-by-step blueprint in all areas of your company. And so we are not going to miss a beat here, and because this is your time, right? You need to take the time to step away and say, who are we? Where do we want to be? And then how do we reverse engineer that? And my team of high-level CEO mentors are going to be there to support you through this as well. You're going to get one-on-one time with them. And this is an event that we have led for 15 years. And of course, it's always staying current with the times and dealing with what's going on in the world to help you create that certainty. We have Susie Batiste, who is the founder of Poopery, that is going to be joining us, and so many other incredible business experts. But this is what you're going to walk away with. You're going to walk away with a strategic vision for the next 3 years. We're going to build out your marketing and sales blueprint for the next year. And that is your whole customer journey from prospect to lead to customer to repeat customer to upsell to cross-sell, the entire journey. We're going to build out that custom blueprint for you to drive cash flow in your business and so much more. I want to stop sharing my slides here for a second and just talk to you directly. But we are going to build out your team managed company plan, how to hire, who to hire, how to build that leadership team, how to replace yourself in the company so that you can be the visionary CEO to have the time to innovate and focus on the future. We're going to help you build out that scalable model, like all those models that we just went through with you, to figure out what the right model is for your company. We also are going to share with you all the tools in how to make this happen. All of that is going to come to you as being part of the Pinnacle CEO 3-day virtual event, July 10th to the 12th. And just to give you an example, Constance Wanamaker came to this event. And at the time, she was about 2.5 million in revenue with 35 employees. And her team they were doing great work, but her team was in chaos, and she was working about 70 hours a week. And we helped her to build that team managed company, take her out of the day-to-day. And with just over 3 years, she has gone from 35 to 400 employees. They crossed the 50 million mark this last year. This is from 3 million to 50 million in 3 years. They are going to surpass 100 million this year plus. And we're just named in 2024 the #1 law firm on the Inc. 5000 list. So this is how fast. And because she's able to get out of the day-to-day, she was able to use some of the scalable models. She did acquisitions, developing other companies and so forth. So when you're in the weeds of your business, it's very hard to get creative. And so we're going to show you how to get out of all of that. So I'm excited to share this with you today. This is the link. Go check it out. Reserve your seat because it's already filling up. pinnacleceo.live/go. pinnacleceo.live/go. And I believe my team is putting the link there as well. And this is an event you don't want to miss. And I know you all are busy. I get it. You're so busy. You're like, Allison, how the heck? I'm going to stop sharing this right now. How the heck am I going to take 3 days away from my business? I barely have time to spend with my family. Well, I'll tell you what, that is exactly why you need to be here. Because if you don't have time, then that's never going to change. That is never going to change. You have to restructure your company at this higher level to make room for the growth and get out of the weeds. This is how I'm able to live in Mexico 5 months of the year with my husband while my team's got it handled. And it gives me the space to get creative, to think of those amazing ideas because I'm not inundated with decision making and demands from my team. And that really has been the opportunity for tremendous growth. So we want to help you figure out your Mexico. You don't have to go to Mexico, but what is it that you want to be doing with your life? Because your life is going to it goes so fast. And so we want to help you create the kind of business that is making the impact that you want to make in the world, and also give you what you got into business in the first place for. And that was to make a difference, to help people, but to also create a better life for you. You deserve it. I honestly don't know of anyone that works harder than a business owner. You're in there before everyone starts. It's always on your mind. Constantly. Tell me if you can relate to this. Put this in the chat. The business is on your mind all the time. You're out to dinner with your significant other and you're thinking about, oh my God, I got to do this thing. I got to do that thing. And it's pulling me. I'm going in 1,000 directions. You can't scale that way. It won't happen. And it's going to consume your life. And you're going to be 10 years from now with that same thing happening. We had one of our attendees of our event, David Chang. He's one of the members in our Pinnacle Global Network. He had been running his company for 18 years, and he was stuck for 10 years. He has a martial arts company, and he was fit to be tied. He wanted to pull his hair out. I remember him at this event, and he said that his family was going on vacations without him because he had to stay home and work. And it was just so depressing. They would send him photos while they were on vacation. Hey, Dad, this is what you're missing. And so when he came to this event, he's like, something needs to change. I don't understand why I keep hitting this wall. Now, he was at 7 figures in his business, but there was nothing left at the end of the day. And so we helped him build out his scalable plan. And over those 3 days for his team and his vision and his revenue streams. And within 1 year, he tripled his 7-figure business. 1 year. In 7 months, he doubled the business. In 1 year, he tripled it. And he's gone from 1 location to 4 locations. And here's the best part is he never needs to go into any of the locations unless he wants to take a martial arts class. He spends most of his time with his kids and his family. And he has got a full team-led business. So if this sounds like, oh my gosh, I'm so ready for this. Now just know we do not do this. We only do it once a year. We're like, this is it. So if you have something going on July 10th through the 12th, move the dates because you want the kind of company that you can travel and do these kinds of things whenever you want. And that's what we're going to help you do. And you have got to build an innovative company that is agile. And so that whatever's going on in the world, your company is going to continue to thrive. And that's what I am so passionate about. It's not about me selling tickets to an event. It's that I know that you have a big future ahead of you if you are willing to step up and give back to yourself because you deserve it. You so deserve it. So thank you for being with me here today. This is so fun. I have not gone live in a while, but I just really wanted to share this with you. I'm going to be going live a lot more. And I just appreciate all of you. I appreciate all that you're doing out in the world. So definitely, if you could go ahead and put that link again, that would be great. It's pinnacleceo.live/go. And if you check in the chat right there, my team is posting that link. so that you can reserve your seat at our upcoming 3-day virtual event, Pinnacle CEO. All right? Okay, so whether you're listening to this live or this is a recording, I hope this helped open your mind to new ways to create much more profitability in your company. Your only limits are how creative you're willing to be, and also asking for the support. Don't do it alone. There's no reason to do it alone. Why would you do that? Okay. Signing off. Thank you, everybody.